Alright, show of hands here. Anyone else on the Hawk Deadlock mailing list? That's what I thought. A few weeks ago, when the pre-orders were being taken, there was a brief glimmer of hope that somehow I could sell a combination of 20 or 30 Sanremus, Ganzos, Enlins, and Kershaws quickly, or maybe I could find a dead guy's wallet full of cash with the remaining $1,300 I needed. Well, none of that happened. The Deadlock's pre-order spots sold out quickly. Like 2 hours after I got the email, I went through the motions of a checkout. Cool, only $300 for a pre-order. Oh, they're gone. So now I won't ever have to say $1,300 after someone asks, hey, how much did your switchblade cost? So in the meantime, until a mysterious benefactor bestows an extra one he has laying around because he loves these videos, let's look at every man's OTF, the AKC F-16. Well, there's a rose in a fisted glove, and the eagle flies with the dove. And if you can't be with the one you love, honey, like the overall length and weight, I figured what this channel needed was more singing. It was missing that. Blade size, cutting edge. Oh, not only is it out the front, but a dagger. 2 edges in one. That would look nice in a shadow box hanging on the wall with brass knuckles and a crack pipe in a police department. Handle size, grip area. If you don't know what I'm talking about, my dad was a cop, and his police department had a box full of all types of goodies they removed from citizens. Of course, as a kid, I was like, awesome! Blade thickness, handle thickness. A box full of freedoms. Of course, on a dagger, the blade is usually the thickest in the center, so not necessarily spine thickness. How about the tallness? Switch heights. Both the switch and the thumb stud are about the same size. The AKC F-16 is an Italian-made OTF double-action knife that comes in several colors, flavors, and blade styles. You can get the single edge or the double edge in a 440A steel. So this here's the dagger or the double edge with a satin finish. While the single edge would make a better batoning knife, the dagger makes sense because it just felt right. That's like someone offering you a second hit off their crack pipe and you saying, no sir, just one will do for me. No, just a single edge to keep it tasteful. Like most out the front knives, except the Deadlock, allegedly, there's a little bit of wobble to the blade when fully deployed. If you take it in your hand firmly and wiggle it, the blade is, let's call it a working edge out of the box. It'll shave arm hair, but not comfortably. You'll need to sharpen it if you want to push cut open the envelope containing your court date for carrying a switchblade. Deployment. Apparently there's a type of OTF out there known as a single action. I'd never want one, but there is evidence on YouTube that people have spent such money on stupid things. Well, you just deploy it, and whenever you want to close it, you just slowly slide this lever here to pull the blade back down. It's kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, just like the taste of antifreeze. Fun. The only out the front worth owning is a dual action. You push it forward, pew, and you pull the switch backward, opposite of pew. A few of the out the fronts I've handled, yes, only cheap ones, they're the same push forward with some spring resistance, solid, and then pew. Same way back, there's some travel, then it gets harder, opposite of pew. This makes it hard for an accidental deployment in the pocket. I know, takes the fun out of it. It's a little hard on the thumb because it isn't easy and it fires pretty hard. So it is a little fatiguing if you're not a real man like me. The knife would get off track if it came in contact with a hard surface before deploying all the way, so the blade moves freely. You just pull it the rest of the way out with your hand. If it gets off track and click, it goes back to normal. In my hundreds and hundreds of times firing this, it never had a misfire though, except of course when I impeded the blade's full deployment. Some people have mentioned rattle. There's only a little rattle I can tell from the switch. If you move it around on under your thumb like this, it's pretty minor, but you can fix that by just holding the switch down. The handle is kind of comfortable. No sharp edges, but not as ergonomic as a nice folding knife. This knife isn't suited for things like food prep, necessarily, but better when using more odd angles, like if you're cutting rope or opening envelopes, or just holding it and firing it all day, which is how most of these are used. The handle can be had in all the colors of the rainbow. The one seen here is painted black with a raw copper inlay. The inlay sticks up a little bit, but it doesn't seem to hurt your hand. In cheap switchblade fashion, this is just a thin part glued on and fell off once when I dropped it onto the floor while playing with it. That's hard use, man. It's also what super glue is for. You can get it in zebra stripes, even ladybugs, but there's copper and brass ones designed to age and patina with the filth of your hand oil. That's why I like copper. I made the mistake of calling the handle anodized aluminum in my Lightning Out the Front review a few years ago, and people still correct me to this day, so thank you, Internet. The handle here is made from lightweight aluminum that I'm pretty sure is painted too. Pocket clip is deep carry painted steel, which is kind of how a lot of switchblades are. Deep carry, right amount of springiness, goes in the pocket okay. The police officer should have an easy time removing it from your pocket. Deployment is easier for righties because the button is forward facing, which lines it up with your thumb when you pull it out. Left hand, the switch faces backwards, so you gotta flip it over. Comparisons, here's the F-16. It's a solid knife, other than the switch rattle, fires hard. A good example of a lower end switchblade, because I can neither afford a Benchmade or a Microtech out the front. So, this is my style. I reviewed the Lightning a while back. Don't have it anymore. That one feels similar in quality and operation. Maybe a little bit bigger in the hand. Both are a kind of medium hard deploy, but solid and light. I don't know, how about another automatic? A Ganzo. It's an out the side, push button automatic. Not really the same, but it's a knife. It's similar to an assisted, like this Kershaw here, in speed of deployment. Knife laws are confusing, and out the fronts aren't legal in a lot of states. But this Benchmade FACT is legal in a lot more states and has a similar look. But a longer handle, and it's only $200. Wow, cool. Are we about done? Out the fronts are the original fidget spinners. Something to play with in your cubicle at work. They're fun, but they're maybe not quite as useful or durable as a standard, beefier, useful folding knife, which are more practical, which is kind of ironic since people associate switchblades with weapons when they're more like adult toys. I mean, not adult toys, more like toys adults own, like drones. A few websites sell these on the internet, with Grindworks carrying quite a few variations. Check out the video description for some details. Check your local laws before buying. Like, subscribe, comment, donate to my Patreon so one day I can afford a Deadlock. I'll never be able to afford a Deadlock. Thanks for watching.
Smoke like I smoke in the heart of your boot. And if is a poster, that could be will make you pay.